Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Anant Koti Vaishnavind ki jai, Ramachardas, Haridas Thakur ji ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Thank you all for joining this today's mid-morning session. This is Shivani from Ash, Virginia. Let us move to the next part of the session. Today's class will be given by Her Grace Preethi Vilasini Mataji on Sri Caitanya Bhagavat, Antya khanda 1.56 onwards. May I know who have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from College Station, Texas. Thank you, Uma Mataji, for the beautiful recitation.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you for joining and giving a beautiful association. All glories to your services, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashmati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, Illinois. And thank you, Ma Mataji, for very beautifully recitation from Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna, Yashomati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you for joining, giving a beautiful association. All glories to your services, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, Dandot Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Vrinda from Atlanta, Pani to down.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you for joining and giving a beautiful association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you for joining consistently, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Srila Prabhupada. This is Preethi Vilasini Devi Dasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Shivani Mataji, for your warm welcoming, and Uma Mataji for that very beautiful recitation of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preethi Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all, Mataji. So grateful to you. All glories to your services. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Opportunity is for all of us, and all of us are giving each other opportunities.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. Very grateful to you.
Very bold.
It was very nice meeting you. It was
I know.
surprised.
Created by Preethi Vilasini Mataji.
What is dear?
What did you say, Mataji?
Created by Preethi Vilasini.
No.
Later
Created by
opportunities
everybody.
are given to each other by each other, I agree. But created by you.
Yeah, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji was the one who called Shivani Mataji, right? So created by Vinita Gandharvika Mataji.
All glories to you all, Mataji.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you all once again for this mid-morning session, Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. I would like to start by sharing a quote by Srila Prabhupada ji. If you have it, it is true that the spiritual master remains in the material universe until all of his disciples are transferred to the spiritual sky. The answer is yes. This is the rule. Therefore, every student should be very much careful to commit any offenses that will be detrimental to this promotion to the spiritual kingdom, and thereby the spiritual master has to incarnate again to deliver him. This sort of mentality will be a kind of offense to the spiritual master. Anyone who defies and therefore disconnects the relationship with the spiritual master hardly expect the assistance of the spiritual master life after life. Letter 2, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaji, July 11th, 1969. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we're very fortunate to have Her Grace Preethi Vilasini Mataji. For Mataji will be enlightening us on Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata, Antya khanda 1.56 onwards. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, Preethi Vilasini Mataji. Thank you for giving your valuable time and your sweet association this morning. Waiting eagerly to hear from you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Garanga ki jai. I hand over the call to you. Please take over, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, thank you so much, and Hare Krishna to everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us for the study of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata. We are in Antya khanda. We are doing good progress. We are in Antya khanda and chapter 1. Okay, so we'll get started with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yad Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam परमानन्दमाधवं कृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं नमावों विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे आजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायदाक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ जयति जयति देव कृष्णचैतन्यचन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्या पवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेश्वमूर्तेर्जयति जयति नृत्यं तस्य सर्वप्रियाणाम्. So today I thought I will follow the pattern of Shrikant Krishna Prabhu and quiz everybody at the beginning itself. So what happened so far? We have just started Antya Leela and we are in chapter 1, right? Chapter 1 of Antya Khanda. And what happened in the at the end of the Madhya Khanda? At the end of the Madhya Khanda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and everybody fainted, right? That's what happened. Now Antya Khanda. We covered about 49 verses so far and we'll be starting from the 50th verse today. So before we move ahead with the 50th verse, instead of me summarizing what happened so far, I thought I will just ask if anyone wants to participate, you can participate, you can unmute and give the answers. First question. Who was the sannyas guru of Mahaprabhu?
Ishwar.
Keshav Bharati.
Ishwarpuri. Keshav Bharati.
Make up your mind.
Keshav Bharati.
Keshav Bharati.
Keshav Bharati. Keshav Bharati, sorry.
Very nice, very nice. After dancing all night, after he took sannyas, in the morning, the Lord wanted to depart. Where did he want to enter after taking permission from Ishwarpuri? Sorry, after taking permission from Keshav Bharati. Yeah. Where did he enter? Where did he go? Where did he want to go after taking permission from his Guru Keshav Bharati?
Vrindavan.
Forest.
Forest, specifically forest, yes. Vrindavan also eventually. But then there is some magic that happens later. Okay. Where did the Guru go? Where did Keshav Bharati go?
With him. With
He was
Mahaprabhu.
correct, very nice. He went along with Mahaprabhu. He also wanted to go with Mahaprabhu. So, what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He kept his Guru in the front and he started walking forward. Okay, but before departing, he went to someone, he embraced someone and started crying. Who was that?
Chandrasekhar Acharya.
Chandrasekharacharya, very nice. So Chandrasekharacharya had accompanied him, and he knows that he has to now depart. So he goes and he embraces Chandrasekharacharya and tells him to appease everybody back in Navadvip. Okay. Who was told by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "You are my father and I'm your son"?
Keshav Bharati.
Bharati. No, Chandrasekhar Acharya.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
Chandrasekharacharya. Same answer for two consecutive questions. Okay. Who gave the news to Advaita Acharya and other devotees about his sannyas?
What
I think it's
Mataji?
Chandrasekharacharya Mataji.
Correct. Yeah, it's again
What
Chandrasekharacharya.
did your
So,
question, Mataji?
no, the question is when who gave the news to Advaita Acharya about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's
Oh,
son?
Chandrasekhar Acharya.
Chandrasekharacharya, very nice. Who said, "Today I will certainly drown myself in the Ganges. People will stop me during the day, so I will go and drown myself in the night"? Who said that?
Acharya.
Sagri Mataji said that.
Acharya. Advaita Acharya.
Somebody said Sukasagri Mataji said that.
sorry, Mataji. Vrunda was talking in background. That's why I
If Suksagri Mataji is going to drown herself, then we all have to fly to India with her and then prevent her. Okay. Yes, this was Advaita Acharya. Correct. What stopped them from committing suicide?
Hare Krishna Mataji, like they came to know from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he will come back and stay there only, and so there is no need to commit suicide, and they can like seva and all they can do all this, participate in all this.
Very nice, Anjali Mataji. Very nice. Yes, they heard a voice that said, "Don't worry, you'll still be united with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please don't commit suicide." Very nice. Thank you so much, everybody. So our revision is done. So we know what happened in the first 49 verses. So now we will go from the 50th verse onwards, and we'll see if we can cover. My aim is to cover till 96, but if we don't, it's okay. We are free to cover how many other verses we want today. This is not where we should be. I'm in the wrong window. I'm in the prayers window. Okay, this.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much. You woke up us, I think.
Thank you. I hope the window is visible. Verse 3150, correct?
Yes,
Is that-
Mataji.
Sorry, I don't have the PDF document and I'm having trouble scrolling through it. So I'm using some random website. Forgive me for that. It's easier to follow this. So that's the reason I have this open. The title is entitled Meeting Again at the House of Advaita Acharya. So you all can expect what is going to happen next. The Ashariri, the voice, it told them that don't commit suicide. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to see you again. Okay. And who was planning to commit suicide? Advaita Acharya. So now you all know what's going to happen next. But that will not happen today itself. Next week we'll see what happens. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes and meets Advaita Acharya. Now we'll start with verse number 3.1.50. Kari avalambhana prabhura guna nama shachivedi bhakta gana thake avirama. Accepting the Lord's qualities and names as their only solace, the devotees constantly remained in the company of Mother Shachi. So Mother Shachi, Advaita Acharya and all the devotees in Navadvip, they all continued to maintain their lives, and considering that the Lord's qualities and names are their only solace, like how we are all just banking on Lord Krishna's names, like that. I mean, they are of course very eternal associates of the Lord, but still we are following in their footsteps and just banking on Krishna's names, hoping someday we will be united with Krishna. Similarly, we are learning from them. They accepted Lord's qualities and names as their only solace, and they remained in the company of Mother Shachi. तबे गौरचंद्र सन्यासी चूड़ामणि चलीला पश्चिम मुके करि हरि ध्वनि. After Gaurachandra, the crest jewel of all sannyasis, Tabe Gaurachandra, Sanyasera Chudamani. Chudamani is a crest jewel. And who's the crest jewel of all sannyasis? It is Gaurasundar. तबे गौरचंद्र सन्यासीर चूड़ामणि चलिया पश्चिम मुखे करी हरि ध्वनि. While he headed forward in the western direction, Gaurasundar and all of the others, they all continued to chant the name of Hari and they proceeded. And who all were with him? Nityananda Gadadhara Mukunda Samhati Govinda Paschate Agre Keshava Bharati. Keshava Bharati walked in the front. This we saw in the previous class also. He kept his guru in the front and then he started walking. So Keshava Bharati walked in the front. Govinda, who's the servant of the Lord, and we discovered that Govinda was there in Avadvip itself, and later he'll be the constant companion of the Lord, serving the Lord in Gambhira as well. So he walked behind the Lord, and our mischief monger Nityananda, who's going to do big time mischief in a while, he goes along with him. And of course, these very soft devotees like Gadadhar and Mukunda, the classmates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they also walked along with the Lord. So they are all walking towards the forest. चलिलेन मात्र प्रभु मत्थ सिंह प्राय लक्ष कोटि लोक कांदी पाचे पाचे धाया. But then what happened? As the Lord walked like a maddened lion, Mattha Simha, a Simha that is maddened. You've seen maddened elephant, maddened lion, what kind of destruction they can do. As the Lord walked like a maddened lion, millions of people followed behind. How did they follow? They were all crying, Kandi. They were all crying. Why? Because they were all shedding tears of ecstasy. And also, many of them were feeling the separation because the Lord is going to leave them. So, like that, following him were many people who were shedding tears and following the Lord. चतुर्दिके लोककांदी वन भंगी आया सबेरा करेना प्रभु कृपा आमयाया. People shed tears and trampled down the forest as they came rushing from all direction. The Lord sincerely bestowed his mercy on them. So there were many people as he was walking by the path. Many people saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing by. The news spread like wildfire and they all came running. They were trampling down the forest and they were coming down from all directions just to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And of course, when we see the Lord, by the Lord's merciful glance, we are all granted mercy. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave mercy to everybody. But all of them were following him. Now, can everybody follow him? Can everybody continue to go with him everywhere? Let's see what happened. Sabe grihe yayagiya laha Krishna nam sabarahunka Krishna Chandra dhana pran. The Lord said, return home. Don't follow me like this. Just return home. This is not okay for you all to follow me like this continuously. So return home and do what? Chant the names of Krishna. May Krishna Chandra become your wealth and life. Commentary, Gaudiya Bhashya by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Many devotees began to follow Sri Gaurasundar. He all told them, you all should return to your houses and worship Krishna by chanting his holy names. Then you will understand that Krishna Chandra is your wealth and life. The demigods are cheated from the mellows of Krishna consciousness. May those mellows of Krishna consciousness enter within the mortal beings like you who have different characteristics than the demigods. So this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling them. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling them, don't follow me like this, rather go home and chant the names of Krishna. Now let's have another interaction. Can you remember any other personalities who were asked to return home and chant the holy names instead of following Mahaprabhu or instead of following Krishna also? Krishna and Mahaprabhu. From both Leelas, you can give examples.
The gopis, Mataji, in Krishna Leela.
Yes, the gopis, very nice. The gopis also, when they came in the middle of the night, they were asked to return home. And Krishna said, just think about me, worship me, be at home. Don't follow me like this. Very nice, gopis. Any other examples?
Even in Caitanya.
Brahman Patni.
Brahman Patnis, yes. Brahman Patnis were also, actually, Brahman Patnis were specifically told this. Yes, you're right. Yeah. To go home and think about Krishna. And any other instances from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life also?
Caitanya will also
to visit Vrindavan and sorry, South India tour, I think. Yeah. South India tour. And can you hear Mataji?
Yes, now I can hear.
South India tour, when Mahaprabhu wanted to go, all his associates, they wanted to come along with him, but he said, no, don't come. No one has to come with me. I'll go all my own.
Yes, yes. And finally, one servant was taken with him. And then later, I heard in Chaitanya Mangal, another servant was also taken. Okay, fine. So he asked everyone to return home. Right, you're right. When he went to South India trip. Any other specific devotees, he said, you should stay home, chant the holy names.
Kurma Brahmana.
Raghunath Das Goswami.
Yes,
and
yes.
Raghunath Das Goswami. And Gopal Bhatt Goswami also.
Raghunath Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Kurma Brahmana. During the South India Yatra, Kurma Brahmana was also given this instruction. Did I cover everyone's answers? Anyone else gave a different answer? We got Raghunath Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Kurma Brahmana, the devotees when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India Yatra. Anything else? Anyone remembers? And of course, Krishna.
Even I think he told to even Sanatan Goswami also,
Yes.
right? That the right time will come. I will call for you, but right now go and dispense your duties as a minister.
Correct. Correct. He told Sanatan Goswami as well. You're right.
Mataji Vasudev Brahman.
Vasudev Brahman. Vasudev Brahman. Like, can you give the context, Mataji?
Vasudev Brahman who have a disease, and Mahaprabhu give the hug to him and take all of his disease away.
Yes, yes. And he was just asked to always chant the holy names and remember Krishna. When he was very worried that he'll become very proud, right? He said, hereafter,
Yes.
beautiful, very nice answer, Mataji. Thank you so much, Neetu Mataji. That was beautiful. He was very scared. What now? I will become very proud that now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be celebrated as the curer of Vasudev. That will become his name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will get the name, he delivered Vasudev. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be glorified by my name. He was thinking like that, right? But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, don't worry, pride will not touch you. Just keep chanting the holy names. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so many examples are there, right? So all these devotees were told, return home and chant the names of Krishna. Make Krishna Chandra become your wealth and life. Always we hear him say,
I saw that. Why are you throwing the trays over there? That's why.
Krishnair Matirasto, right? That is the famous benediction that is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, here there is an interesting fact that is mentioned by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is telling us that demigods are cheated from the mellows of Krishna consciousness. May those mellows of Krishna consciousness enter within the mortal beings like you who have different characteristics than demigods. The demigods, they have high positions of power. They are very, very opulent and they have everything. It appears that they are so much better off than all of us. But then what's the problem there? They are cheated from the mellows of Krishna consciousness. We are human beings. We don't have the powers and the opulence like the demigods. We are different. But then we are gifted this very wonderful gift of Krishna consciousness. And this is also seen in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So here we have a very beautiful verse from the 5th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam about the prayers of the demigods, 5:19-21. Etad eva hi deva gayanti aho amisham kimakari shobhanam prasanna yesham sviduta swayam hari ye janmalaptam rishu bharatajire mukunda seva payikam sprihahina. The demigods, they are singing, they are saying about the residents in Bharatavarsha. They say, since the human form of life is the sublime position for spiritual realization, all the demigods in heaven speak in this way. How wonderful it is for these human beings who have been born in the land of Bharatavarsha. They must have executed pious acts of austerities in the past, or the Supreme Personality of God Himself must have been pleased with them. Otherwise, how could they engage in devotional service in so many ways? We demigods can only aspire to achieve human births in Bharatavarsha to execute devotional service, but these human beings are already engaged there. So this is difference between human beings and the devotees who are born on Earth planet, especially in the tract of land called Bharatavarsha. Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, it's quoted in Adi Leela, Bharata Bhumite Hoila Mancha Janmayar Janma Sarthak Kari Karikar Upakar. So a person who's born in the land of India, Bharatavarsha, should make his life successful and work for the benefit of all people, because we have this transcendental gift. We have this gift of Krishna consciousness. So we should share it with everybody. Prabhupada says if one makes his life successful in devotional service, then he should preach devotional service in other parts of the world. People throughout the world can actually get benefited by one person. And that is what Prabhupada also did. Prabhupada was born in the tract of Bharatavarsha, this tract of land. He took birth in Bharata Bhumi. And what did he do? He made the world Krishna conscious. So here, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is also telling that is a special gift that is given to us, and we should make full use of it. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told all the people who are following him, please go home and just chant the names of Krishna. That is your dhan, that is your wealth. So continue to chant the holy names and let Krishna the Chandra become your life and wealth. Okay. Next, 56. Brahma Shiva Shuka Adi Ye Rasa Vancha Hare Hena Rasa Hunka Toma Sabar Sharira. May your bodies be filled with the mellows of love desired by the personalities like Brahma, Shiva, and Shukdev. Brahma, Shiva, and Shukdev are desiring, when will my body be filled with the mellows of love? But that benediction that is so difficult for Brahma, Shiva, and Shukdev Goswami to attain, that benediction is given to the simple-hearted devotees of the Lord who are following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all the way. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells, in the Kaivalya Upanishad, it is said, Apani Pado Ham Achintya Shakti Pashyami Achakshuhu Sashrunomi Akaranaha. Although I have no hands or feet, I have inconceivable potencies. I have no eyes, but I see everything. I have no ears, but I hear everything. In this commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam 6.16.11, Sri Madhvacharya has written the following. Achintya Shaktitas Tacha Yujyate Parameshtitam. He is able to rule supreme by his inconceivable energy. So let's see that verse. Here it is. 6.16.11. The translation is, our Supreme Lord, the Supreme Lord Atma, the creator of cause and effect, he does not accept the happiness and distress that is a result of fruitive actions. So we are all doing karma, right? And we have to enjoy or suffer the fruits of our karma. But the Supreme Lord, He is the source of everything. He is not bound by fruitive actions. He is completely independent of having to accept a material body because He has no material body. He is always neutral. But the living entities who are parts and parcels of the Lord possess His qualities to a minute quantity. Therefore, we should not be affected by lamentation. See, the Supreme Lord is inconceivable. He is the source of everything. He is not affected by anything. that we can understand. Now, we should also know that we are parts and parcels of Krishna. If Krishna is not affected by fruitive action, if he is not affected by lamentation and excess of happiness, then we, being parts and parcels of him, should also not be affected by lamentation. We should not be overly lamenting for anything. Okay. Now, Krishna is independent, he is supreme, and he is telling these Navadvipvasis, please go home and chant the names of Krishna. And he's giving them a benediction also. May your bodies be filled with the mellows of love. I'm giving you this benediction. This benediction is desired even by personalities like Brahma, Shiva, and Shukadev. What is true happiness? What do we mean by being free from lamentation? Being free from lamentation and true happiness is immersing in the mellows of love of God. So that independent Supreme Lord, who is inconceivable, who is beyond everything, he is telling, may your bodies be filled with the mellows of love. This mellows of love is even desired by demigods. Now, do we have a statement from the demigod himself who says this? Yes. 10, 14, 30 Bhagavatam. 10, 14, 30. Chapter 14 means everybody knows it is Brahma's prayers. So, the leader of all demigods, Brahma, he says, my dear Lord, I therefore pray to be fortunate that in this life as Lord Brahma or in another life, wherever I may take birth, I may be counted as one of your devotees. That is all I want. I don't want anything else. I pray that wherever I may be, even among the animal species, I can engage in devotional service to your lotus feet. And Brahma had a prayer that he wants to become an insignificant blade of grass or insignificant straw in the land of Vrindavan. So similarly, Uddhava also prayed, I want to become an insignificant straw in Vrindavan. Anyone else prayed like that? It doesn't matter whatever species I may be in, but I just want to be your servant. I just want to have love of God. Anyone else? Any thoughts?
Haribol Mata.
Haribol, Prabhu.
There is one prayer by Kulsekar, Raja Kulsekar.
Yes, Kuleshekar Raghava, yes.
Mukund Murdana Pranipratyayache Bhavantam Ekantam Iyantam Artham. Avismruti Tacharnarvinde Bhave Bhave Astume Bhavat Prasada. Bhave means every birth I take, I don't care.
Birth. Yes.
Like that. So that is one of them.
That is all I need. Bhavat Prasada. That is all I need. Yes. Beautiful, Prabhu.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur also prayed in the bhajans.
Yes, Saksha. Our Akinchana Krishna Prabhu says, even Bhaktivinoda Thakur prays. He wants to be an insignificant insect in the house of a Vaishnava. Beautiful example. Yes, first class example. Any other thoughts? Anyone else? Did Haridas Thakur also pray similarly? I thought so. Haridas Thakur also prayed. It's very similar to how Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed. Yeah, so they are ready to be in any species of life and they always remain grateful and they are always a devotee.
Mataji, even Narad Muni prayed that, let me become a blade of grass. Not Narad Muni, Uddhav, I think.
Uddhav, yes. Uddhav
yes,
prayed.
Not Narad Muni. Uddhav prayed that let me become a blade of grass so that I can, the gopis can walk over me and I can get their food dust.
Yes, and our Guru Maharaj says, he says, Uddhav, when he made this prayer, he was praying it very sincerely. He didn't want to be acknowledged as the blade of grass who's asking the gopis to trample on his head. Sometimes in the name of humility, we have a lot of pride. I am so humble. So Uddhav didn't put a board saying, I am that blade of grass. Come and trample upon me. He wanted to be insignificant blade of grass, not even to be noticed. That was his humility. That's very sweet. Yes, good one. And I was also reminded of this verse. Narayana para sarve na kutaschana bhipyati swarga apavarga narakeshva api tulyartha darshina. Anyone else who spoke this? Or which context this verse came? Should I show the translation? It will be better for you. Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them, heavenly planets, liberation, hellish planets, everything is the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. Who said this?
Vritrasura.
Yes, context is Vritrasura. You are correct. You are correct. Who said this about Vritrasura? Said to whom about Vritrasura? It's not actually Chitraketu who was cursed to become Vritrasur. All that is correct. But who said to whom?
Shiva said to Parvati.
That's
Lord
it.
Shiva.
Yes, Lord Shiva said to Parvati. This was Ishwar, our Mahadev. He said, Shri Rudra Uvacha, previous verse. Shri Rudra Uvacha. Lord Shiva said, my dear beautiful Parvati, you have seen the greatness of Vaishnavas? Being servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, they are great souls and they are not interested in any kinds of material happiness. How are they? Narayana Parasarve, Na Kutaschana Bibhyati, Swarga, Apavarga, Naraka, Api Tulyartha Darshinaha. Tulyartha means very, very insignificant. They see Swarga, they see liberation, Apavarga, they see Naraka. Doesn't matter, wherever they are, all that they want is only to be Narayana Para. They just want to be unflinching devotees of the Lord. And they are not afraid. Na kutaschana bibhyati. They are not afraid to be anywhere. This is how a devotee is. Prabhupada says, Anukulena Krishnanushilanam. They are liberally engaged in the service of the Lord and therefore they are excellent. So Shiva is pointing out, although Chitraketu provided one example of tolerance and excellence, all the devotees who have taken shelter of the Lord as eternal servants are all glorious. Okay? So this is the nature of devotees, and hence Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is blessing all of them. May your bodies be filled with the mellows of love desired by personalities like Brahma, Shiva, and Shukadeva. Varashuni Sarvaloka Kande Ucheshware Paravasha Praya Sabe Ailana Ghare. On hearing the Lord's benediction, everyone cried loudly. What more do they want? As they returned to their homes, they appeared to be controlled by someone else. That is, they appeared to be possessed. They were completely immersed in the thoughts of Mahaprabhu. राढ़े आसी गौरचंद्र होइला प्रवेश आद्या पिहासे भाग्य धन्य राढ़ देशा. Gaurachandar then entered the province called as Raddesh, which, as a result of that good fortune, is glorified even today. Now, what is this Raddesh? Another name for Raddesh is Rashtra Pradesh. It is not Radhadesh, it is Rashtra Pradesh. So it becomes Raddesh. So it's a colloquial way of saying Rashtra Pradesh, Raddesh. So it became Raddesh. It was a province situated far away from the administration that controlled it. Radhadesh, situated on the western bank of Ganges, was called as Rashtra Pradesh in Gaudapura, the capital of Bengal. So, the Lord took a route and he entered the area called as Radhadesh. Now he asked everyone to return, but he proceeded. Who all was joining him? We had Nityananda, we had Gadadhar, we had his guru, right? So, and also Govinda. So they all proceeded into Radhadesh. Now, what happened after that? Radhadesha bhumiyata dikite sundara chaturdike ashwata mandali manohara. The land of Radhadesh was very, very beautiful and it had enchanting banyan trees in all directions. Ashwata mandali. That was the beauty of Radhadesh. Swabhava sundara sthana shobhika bhigane Dekiya avishta prabhu hoyase kshani. On seeing herds of cows in that beautiful natural setting, the Lord immediately became absorbed in ecstasy. Why did he become absorbed in ecstasy seeing cows? Because cow is very dear to Krishna. He immediately got into an ecstatic mode. Hari Hari Bali Prabhu Arambila Nritya Chaturdike Sankirtana Kare Sababhrutya. The Lord, reminded of Krishna, began to dance and chant Hari Hari, and all his servants surrounded him. And Sababhrutya, what did they do? They did Chaturdike Sankirtana. In all directions, they started performing Sankirtan, seeing that the Lord was in ecstasy. Hunkara garjana kare vaikuntera rai jagatera chitta vritti shuni shodhapai. The hearts of all the people in the world became purified. Shodhapai. Everybody became purified on hearing the Hunkara Garjan of Sri Vaikuntera Rai. Who's Vaikuntera Rai? It is our Gaurasundar. Just hearing his Hunkar chanting Hari Hari, everybody's heart became purified. The phrase Shodhapai means became purified or attained purity. Other readings of Shodha are Soshtya or Sadha. Okay, so these are all Bengali words. So, however, it has to be pronounced. Eimata Prabhudanya Kari Radadesh Sarvapate Chali Lena Kari Nrutyavesh. In this way, the Lord made Radadesh glorious by dancing in ecstasy on the various paths there. Wherever the Lord went, that entire place got purified. Just like South India, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Chaitanya Charitamrita, he mentions wherever the Lord went, everybody got purified, everybody's heart got purified. They all became devotees just by seeing the beauty of the Lord. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descends in this world, he brings a very powerful weapon. The very, very powerful weapon that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brings is his beauty. That's what Jiva Goswami says. What is the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Krishna Varnam Dvusha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam. What is it? He says it is his beauty. That is the weapon. Just by that weapon, people were dancing in ecstasy. Their hearts became purified. Another reading for Sarva Pate Chalina Kari Nrutya Vesha is Pate Chalilena Kari Prema Nrutya Vesha. So they danced down on the road and fell in ecstatic love. That is what was happening as he was dancing in Radhadesh. Prabhu bole Vakreshwara Achena Ye Vane Tataiya Mumui Takimu Nirjane. The Lord said, I will go to the forest where Vakreshwar is situated and I will stay there in solitude. So we remember, if you remember some verses before this in our revision, we saw that the Lord wanted to go to the forest. That is what he wanted to do. But which forest? That is revealed here in this verse. The Lord said, I will go to the forest where Vakreshwar is situated. Now, who is this Vakreshwar? We will see in the commentary. In the place known as Vakreshwar, Vakreshwar Mahadev is situated. This place is situated in Radhadesh. The site of Vakreshwar is 16 miles west of Ahmedpur railway station in the district of Birbhum. Ahmedpura is 111 miles from Kolkata. Vakreshwar is a form of Lord Shiva. Every year, there is a huge festival during Shivratri at this place. There are a few hot water kundas or few cool water kundas at this place. This is also a Shakti Pita. What is a Shakti Pita? After Sati, the wife of Shiva, gave up her body at Daksha's sacrifice, Shiva started dancing with her body and the world became threatened with this dance. So Vishnu, he used a Sudarshan Chakra and he cut off Sati's body into many pieces. And wherever her body parts fell, a temple was erected in the commemoration of that part of the body. So these pilgrimage sites are called as Shakti Pitas. The Shaktas, they visit all these different sites, all these different Shakti Pitas. So Vakreshwara, there Lord Shiva and Parvati, both of them, they reside there. And our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to stay there in solitude. He didn't want to meet too many people. He wanted to stay there in solitude for some time. Okay, this was his desire. So he said, I will move forward towards Vakreshwar. Now, this is the Vakreshwar Shakti Peeth. I just pulled up some pictures for those who are curious to see the deity there. You can see Shakti here, a form of Durga. She is there in the Shakti Peeth. And of course, it is Lord Shiva's temple as well. So these are some images of Bakreshwar Shaktipit. If somebody has gone there, they can tell us more. I have not gone there. There are hot springs, as it is mentioned in the purport, and there are many videos of the hot springs and all that. So if someone has gone there, you can add more realizations about this. Okay. So he decided to have a pit stop in Bakreshwar. So then what happened? Ete kabaliya para prema veshe chali aya Nityananda adi sabha pache pache dhaya. After speaking this way, the Lord proceeded in ecstatic love. But what happened? The devotees headed by Nityananda followed behind. Without Nityananda, there is no spice in Gaurasundar's life. So Nityananda is following behind with the motive of doing some mischief. We'll find that out soon. अद्भुत प्रभुर नृत्य अद्भुत कीर्तन शुनि मात्रधायिता आई से सर्वजना. On seeing the Lord's wonderful dancing and on hearing the wonderful kirtan, everybody came running. He attracts people wherever he goes. यद्यपि हा कोन देशे नाही संकीर्तन के हा नाही देखे कृष्ण प्रेमेर क्रंधना तथापि प्रभुर देखे अद्भुत क्रंधना दंडवत होय पडाये सर्वजना. Although the Sankirtan had never been performed anywhere in that province and no one ever had seen anyone shed tears of ecstatic love of Krishna, when people saw the Lord's wonderful crime, they fell to the ground offering him obeisances. This is what happens when you see a pure devotee of the Lord. You see a pure devotee of the Lord, it's transformative for everybody in that area. Some of you, many of you must have had this experience when you see a Param Vaishnava, when you see a great Vaishnava who comes to your temple or who comes in your presence, in your congregation. The feeling is unexplainable. Some people are automatically shedding tears. Some people are stunned just looking at this great Vaishnava. When they see the Vaishnava shedding tears, their hearts are transformed. So all these ecstasies can happen in the presence of a great Vaishnava. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he says, another reading for Yadhyapiha is Yadhyapiha. That is, Yadhyapiha means although, but Yadhyapiha means even today. Even today. Even today, people who go to Jharkhand forest, right? When they see the footprints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the footprints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can have the same potency that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had on the animals of Jharkhand. So if at all someday any one of us is fortunate to go and see these footprints, it will have the same effect. We will melt in ecstasy. Another reading of Hoya Padaya is Haya Pate Pade. That means he fell on the road. The people were falling on the ground, people were falling on the road. ताहि मध्ये केह केह अत्यंत पामर तार बले एतकेने कंदेन विस्तर. Among them, there were some few most sinful people who asked, why does he cry so much? So some people were commenting, what is all this drama? Why is he crying like this? The phrase Thati Madhye means among them. According to Medini dictionary, Pamara Khalak Nichaya. The word Pamara refers to cheaters and the wretched. So the cheaters, they were thinking, people who are hard-hearted, sinful. Why is he crying? Why is he doing so much drama? I'm reminded of myself during my early days of Krishna consciousness. I was not very I wanted to come to the ISKCON temple just to attend a class. Okay, so there was a class it was actually a Bhakti Shastri class only. But that Prabhu who was teaching the course, he was very compassionate. When I went to the temple and I asked him if I could join the classes, he told me, yes, you can. There are so many prerequisites, but it's okay, you can still join. He was teaching Bhagavad Gita at that time. So I said, okay. And the week after, I started joining the classes. The classes would be conducted in one building and the main temple was in another building. This was in early days of Houston. Now it's very different. Everything is different now. So the building where the classes would be conducted, it was called Gauranga Hall or something like that. And the main temple was housed in a different building. Now, I was very sinful, so much so that even when I saw the beautiful form of the Lord, Radha Neelamadava, I could not connect to the form of the Lord. I was thinking, what is all this? Not only that, I had such an attitude that I was thinking, who are these mad people? Why are they dancing and shouting so much? Is this how you behave in a temple? This is how I was thinking because I come from a culture where I don't see people shouting, dancing, chanting loudly like that. And then you should see how the kirtans can get a little wild sometimes, right? So I came from a totally different culture and I was shocked. I was thinking, who are these people? Why are they acting mad? What is all this drama? That is how I was thinking. And I couldn't even connect to the deities because I was used to seeing deities made in traditional granite, ancient type of deities. And then I see beautiful, exquisite marble deities. But though they were looking so beautiful, my heart was so sinful that I was thinking, what is this? It is like a museum. See, that's how sinful the heart can be. So some people like me who were there, they were thinking, what is all this? Why is he crying? Why does he cry so much? That is how they were thinking. सेहो सब जन एव प्रभुर कृपाया से प्रेमा सनरिया कांदी गरियाया. But now, by the Lord's mercy, even such people began to roll on the ground and cry as they remembered that display of love. So the Lord is very merciful. He can even purify the most fallen. Garang Darshan Prabhu was here last week, and I've heard this earlier also in his classes, but two times he has repeated this in this series. He said, sometimes we think we are so fallen that even Krishna's mercy cannot purify us. But that itself is a kind of pride. Well, I'm so fallen. That means, what, you think Krishna's mercy cannot purify you? You're so fallen? You're so full of yourself? So, nobody is so fallen. Krishna's mercy triumphs. Okay. So even them, but now by the Lord's mercy, even such people like me, they began to get purified. So the people there who were with Gaurasundar, they began to roll on the ground and cry as they remembered the display of love. Initially, though, they were thinking, what is all this? Their hearts were also transformed. Another reading for Kandi, cry, is Kande, cry. Okay, Kande, Kandi. The word gadi means rolling on the ground and falling on the ground. Sakala bhuvana ebe gaya gaura chandra tatapi hasabe nahi gaya bhuta vrinda. The entire world was now singing the glories of Gaurachandra. Only some ghostly bhoot haunted people, they were living entities, such living entities, they did not sing and dance in front of Gaurasundar, or their hearts were not transformed. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Name Vimuka ye jana nishchaya janiha sei papi bhutagana. Know for certain that anyone who's averse to the chanting of the name of Sri Krishna Chaitanya is a sinful, ghostly, haunted person. Among the human beings, those unfortunate people, out of envy, do not display any inclination for the service of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. They are sinful and ghostly haunted. There is no doubt about this. When one lacks interest for achieving love for Krishna, he develops sinful propensities. I repeat, when one lacks interest for achieving love for Krishna, he develops sinful propensities. As a result, that person becomes interested only in sense gratification and falls down to a lower species of life. If we do not want to fall down into a lower species of life, if we do not want to develop sinful activities, if we do not want to become ghost haunted, then what should we do? all that we have to do is take the names of Sri Krishna Chaitanya in our tongue. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, in this regard, one should refer to Sri Chaitanya Chandramrita 31-32. I have the translation here. The original text, I think, is in desired tree. I couldn't download, so I'll just read the translation for convenience. 31-32. My mind thinks that a person who has countless pious credits and has completely taken shelter of Lord Hari but does not worship Lord Chaitanya is very, very poor and unfortunate. Pathetic are the followers of Vedic rituals. Pathetic are the practitioners of severe austerity. Pathetic are the dull-witted fools whose mouths have blossomed with the words, I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. Why do we lament for these animals in the guise of men, intoxicated by the taste of things other than Krishna? Alas, they have not tasted even a drop of nectar of Gaura. This is Chaitanya Chandramrita, very, very beautiful verses. Prabodhananda Saraswati. Again, just repeating, we were hearing Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's class, and there he quoted verse number 101. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. It is the Koti verse. But the Sanskrit is even more beautiful. We can recite that later. All glories to Lord Gaura, who's more handsome than millions of cupids, more pleasing than millions of moons, more affectionate than millions of mothers, more generous than millions of celestial desire trees, more profound than millions of oceans, sweeter than millions of Sudha, Kshira, and Madhvika nectars, and filled with millions of wonderful sentiments for the nectar of pure love of Krishna. Here, Koti is translated as million. But we can imagine Lord Gaurasundar is more handsome than 1 crore cupids. He is more pleasing than 1 crore moons. He is more affectionate than 1 crore mothers. He is more generous than 1 crore celestial desire trees. He is more profound than 1 crore oceans. Profound means he's a gambhira. He's very deep and grave. Okay, that's what it means. He's sweeter than 1 crore kshira. Kshira is sweet rice, condensed milk. Sudha, kshira, madhavika nectars. They are all nectarine. So he's sweeter than 1 crore such Sudha, Kshira, or Madhavika nectars. And he's filled with 1 crore wonderful sentiments, bhava, 1 crore symptoms of ecstasy that exhibit pure love for Krishna. This is the nature of Sri Gaurasundar. So, know for certain, anyone who is averse to chanting the names of Sri Krishna Chaitanya is nothing but a ghostly haunted person. हेनमते नृत्यरसे वैकुंतेरनाथ नाचियाया येन सब भक्तगण साथ. In this way, the Lord of Vaikuntha, he danced in the mellows of ecstatic love while proceeding with his devotees. Another reading for Nachiya Yayena Sabha Bhakta Gana Satha is Chaliya Yayena Sarva Bhakta Gana Varga Satha. That means the Lord danced along the way with his devotees. Then what happened? Dinavasheshe Prabhu Ekadanya Grame Rahilena Punyavanta Brahmana Ashrame. So he walked like that. Of course, so many people were coming and their hearts were getting transformed. And at the end of the day, the Lord came to one fortunate village and stayed in the house of a pious Brahman. So the Lord came and he took rest in the house of a Brahmana. Now we'll stop here. I thought I'll do till 96. Oh, we have 5 more minutes. Okay, I'll finish then. Okay. English translation. This one, commentary. In the Shabda Nirnaya dictionary of the following statement is found. Anapeksho gunanai purano dhanya iti uchyate budaihi. When extraordinary qualities are found in an object, it is called as dhanya by those who are learned. So where did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu go at the end of the day? He came to a dhanya grame. Dhanya means one who's very fortunate. Why is that grama, why is that village fortunate? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there. So it is Dhanya Grame. Okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes to that village and he stays in the house of a pious Brahmin. So traditionally, whenever sannyasis visit, a Brahmin would invite them and they would stay in the house of a Brahmin. भिक्षाकरी महाप्रभु करिला शयन चतुर्दिगे वेदिया सुईला भक्तगणे. After accepting his meal, Mahaprabhu went to sleep and the devotees slept around him. So they all slept that day night in the house of a Brahmin. प्रहर खाने कनिशा ताकिते तापुरा सबचदी palaiya gela khato dhura. When 3 hours of the night remained, the Lord left everyone behind and he went to a distance away. Suddenly he left everyone. When 3 hours of the night was remaining, he just slept for some time and suddenly he vanished. Where did he go? Where did he go? शेषे सबे उठिया चाहे न भक्त गणा न देखिया प्रभु सबे खरे कर्दना. When the devotees woke up after 2-3 hours, they could not see the Lord and they all began to cry. Imagine their life and soul. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was missing suddenly. Sarvagrama vichara kariya bhakta gana prantara bhumite tabe korilagamana. When the devotees searched throughout the entire village and eventually came to some vacant land outside the village. So they came to an open pasture. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is telling. They went around searching everywhere and they came across an open pasture. Nija prema rasa vaikuntera adishwara prata prana pranatare rodanakare kari uchchaiswara. In that vacant plot, the Lord of Vaikunta was loudly crying the mellows of his own ecstasy. That's why he went alone in an open pasture. He was crying and crying for Krishna. Krishna re Prabhu re Ara Krishna mora bhapa Baliyaro kare Sarvajivanatha. Sarvajivanatha. The Natha of all the Jivas. What was he crying? Krishna re, Prabhu re, Ara, Krishna, Mora, Bhapa. The Lord of all living entities shed tears and he cried out, Oh Krishna, oh my Lord, oh my beloved Krishna. So after staying in a village, fortunate village, Dhanya Grama of Radadesh, Gaurasundar at the end of the night, what did he do? He went to a vacant plot outside the village and he began to exhibit this agitation in separation from Krishna. And Krishna, he is Akila Rasamrita Murti. He is the reservoir of all pleasure. Therefore, he is the object of all rasas. And Sri Gaurasundar is Swayam Rupa Krishna Chandra. He is able to perform his pastimes in all various rasas. Therefore, he was in the mood of servitorship and he addressed Krishna as his Prabhu. And he was in the mood of Vatsalya Rasa and he addressed Krishna as Balagopal. In this way, he taught various grades of living entities. His crying and separation from Krishna indicated his intense desire to serve the Lord. So in various rasas, he was shouting. Sometimes he was thinking, Krishna Mora Bapa. He's my father. Sometimes he was thinking, oh, he's little Balgopal. Like that in Vatsalya Rasa, he was thinking. Sometimes he was taking the Madhura Rasa. So like this, in various rasas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was shouting out to Krishna. There are some other readings. Another reading of Bolia, Rodhana, Kare Sarva Jiva Natha is Bali Sarva Jiva Natha Karena Pralapa. So like that, some Bengali readings, little changes are there, but they all mean the same. Basically, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was crying out in this open pastures. Hena se dhakiya kandi nyasi chudamani Krosheka patayaya rodhena dhvani. So he's Nyasa Chudamani. Nyasi means what? Sannyasi. Nyasi Chudamani. Principal of all sannyasis, he cried out loud that the sound, his crying out, Hey Krishna, that could be heard 2 miles away. That's how the devotees tracked him and they went and saw where he was. कतो दूरे ताकिया सकल भक्त गण शुणिने प्रभुर अति अद्भुत रोदना From a distance, the devotees heard his wonderful crying. Chali lena sabe ro dena anusare dheki lena sabe prabhu kande uchai sware. They followed that sound of crying and they found the Lord weeping loudly. प्रभु ररोदने कांदे सर्व भक्त गण मुकुंद लागीला तबे karita kirtana. All the devotees began to cry with the Lord. Mukunda began to perform kirtan. So seeing the Lord cry, everybody began to cry. And Mukunda said, okay, we have to perform Hari Kirtan. Shuniya Kirtana Prabhu Lagila Nachite Anandega Yena Sabe Vedichari Bite. When the Lord heard the kirtan, he began to dance, and all others joyfully sang around him. Ye mate sarve pati nachiya nachiya yaina paschima mukhe anandita hana. In this way, the Lord continuously danced, and entire way he was happily proceeding in the which direction? We heard this in the western direction. When he came within 8 miles of Vakreshwar, Gaurasundar then went in another direction. Nachiyayayena Prabhu Pashime Mukhe Purva Mukha Puna Hoile Nanija Sukhe. As the Lord was dancing and proceeding towards the west, he suddenly headed back towards the east in his own happiness. So direction change, note this. Okay, he was first traveling in the west, but now he has changed his direction to Purva Mukhe. He's traveling towards east. Purva Mukhe Chalila Yayena Nritya Rase Ananta Anande Prabhu Atta-Tahase. So Atta-Tahase. He was joyfully dancing and he changed direction. Wild ecstasy he was in, and he was moving in the eastern direction. Bahya Prakashilya Prabhu Nija Kutuhale Bali Lena Ame Chali Lena Nila Chale. After regaining his external consciousness, the Lord enthusiastically said, I will go to Jagannath Puri. So here is the commentary of Gaudiya Bhashya. When the Lord came within 8 miles of Vakreshwar, he changed his plan of going to Vakreshwar and he expressed his desire to see the Lord of Nilachal. So instead of going west from Katwa, what did he do? He proceeded east towards Jagannath Puri. We will see in the next class. I don't want to hold you up. Actually, 6 more verses. Should we do it? It's just the end of his travel. And we'll finish it off then. 3 more minutes. Okay, give me 3 more minutes. We'll finish. Jagannatha Prabhura Hoila Agnya Mora Nila Chale Tumi Jhata Aisa Satvara. The Lord Jagannath has ordered me. He got up from his ecstasy and he said, let's go to Jagannath Puri. Lord Jagannath has ordered me. You should immediately come to Nilachal. Lord Jagannath told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, come here, come here. Eta bali chali lena, hai purva mukha, bhakta sabe pali lena, pranananda sukha. After speaking these words, the Lord proceeded towards the east and all the devotees felt transcendental happiness. Everybody was happy. Yes, we are all going to Jagannath Puri. Tana icha ti hoye se janina sabe matra tana anugrahe jane tana krupa patra. Only the Lord knows his own will. One who has achieved his mercy can also know his mercy. Ki ichaya chali lena vakreshwara pratikena vana gela bhuje kahar sakati. Who can understand the intention of the Lord he had when he was proceeding towards Vakreshwar? Then why didn't he go? Nobody can understand. The Lord is Swarat. Suddenly he thinks something and suddenly he does something. Hena bhuji kari prabhu Vakreshwara vyaja dhanya kari lena sarva radera samaja. My understanding is that the Lord made the entire land of Radadesh glorious in the pretext of going to Vakreshwar. So, Vrindavan Das Thakur is telling us, why did he first tell that I will go to Vakreshwar and then suddenly he changed his plan? He said, Jagannath is calling me, I'm going to go to Jagannath Puri. Why did he do that? Simply because he wanted to purify the land of Radadesh. He wanted to shower love of God on the people of Radadesh. There were so many hard-hearted Mayavadis, and what are they doing? They make a show of being subordinate to Vakreshwar, Lord Shiva. But Gaurasundar, he pretended to approve the conceptions of such Mayavadi sannyasis by going to Vakreshwar, and instead, what did he do? He changed their hearts. He just went there to purify them. And later, he goes to Jagannath Puri so that he can preach the philosophy of personalism from the Vedantas. These Mayavadis, they pretend to worship Rudra, but they are misdirected. So, to purify them, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire was that their hearts should change. So he goes in that direction, purifies them, and then he leaves them and he goes towards Jagannath Puri. That is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is telling us. Ganga Mukha Hoya Chaila Chaliya Gaura Chandra Nirvadi Dehe Nija Premera Ananda. As Gaurachandar headed towards the Ganges, his body was constantly filled with his own ecstatic love. So he decided to go towards Nilachal. I think we should stop here. Okay, I'll stop at 96 and the Monday speaker can continue from this. Any questions, comments, realizations, thoughts, corrections?
Hare Krishna, Preethi Vilasini Mataji. Thank you so much for the beautiful class and nice question and answers. Thank you, Mataji. And also the in between, how you were asking the questions, who all Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said them to leave. You don't have to stay. And then all this devotees were answering very nicely all the questions, Mataji. It helps, like some people who cannot get memory very quickly, like me, will help to make me understand. Okay, this is one, this one, this one. Okay, fine. Devotees are very quick in answering. Yes, Mataji, very beautiful.
Including yourself.
Can you explain me again exactly what is this Radhadesh, Mataji? In before verses also, in I heard this word. So it's in Navadvip, that I know, but exactly can you detail, Mataji, about that?
Radadesh was earlier called as Rashtra Pradesh. I think it is in Bengal, Orissa area. It became purified by the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is also a temple of Akreshwar Mahadev there. It's a Shakti Peeth, that's what we saw. It is Rad, it's Rashtra. Sometimes when you are local, colloquially, some words change. So instead of Rashtra Pradesh, it was a capital, earlier capital of that area. Capital is called as Rashtra Desh, right? Rashtra Pradesh. So it was a capital area in olden times. It was called Rashtra Pradesh. Now, in colloquially, the name changed to Radadesh, like that.
Okay, Mataji, got it. And it spells like similarly to Radha, right, Mataji?
So if you see the Balram font diatrix, you can see it is R-A-D and there is a dot below. Radha. Duh, when you have to use the, see, in English, our syllables are limited. D can mean tata all can be used by one word D, one alphabet D in English. But how do you identify which is third, how do you know? That you'll have to see the Balram font. When there is a D and a dot below, it becomes D. So it's Radhadesh, not Radha. If it is Radha and without a dot below the D, it is Radha. When there is a dot below, it becomes Radha.
Got it, Mataji, got it. Thank you so much. When I was reading Chaitanya Bhagavata, I don't know if in my classes that I've given, this one was there. It took me so much time to pronounce exactly, and I went through so many websites to see what is the difference. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Still, I was not able to get that. Thank you. Today, I got it. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If anybody has any questions, realizations, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Such a wonderful, beautiful class, and I like the quiz, whatever you are asking. So you just memorize everything to us, so we don't forget. It is very nice, Mataji, and such a beautiful pastime of Lord Hari. Very nice, Mataji.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Yashomati Mataji.
And you
Your
always
association.
very nicely you speak about all fluently. I like that thing, most beautiful, Mataji.
By mercy of Vaishnavas like you, Mataji.
It keeps me over here and here. Oh my heart. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji, so much. All glories to your services and all glories to you and all glories to Srila Prabhupada too.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. Jai Shri Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Anjali Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, nothing to say but a beautiful class. Like you are into it, like so sweet, Mataji. So such a nice class. Yeah.
Thank you, Anjali Mataji, for your warm association on the group. I see you're so regular and enthusiastic, inspiring all of us. Thank you for your association, Mataji.
Devotees, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. You're from PST, but still morning. You're there always. Sometimes even before me, I see you in the call chanting. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very sincere you are. Is there anybody wanted to speak anything? And Akshar Prabhu, congratulations. Just now Mataji was giving your name. Akinchana. Full name, Mataji?
Akinchana Krishnadas. Yes.
Akinchana Krishna Prabhu. Okay, we already have a speaker, so I was thinking where the speaker joined in our call. I was like confused because we have Akinchana Krishna Prabhu in our Bhakti Sangha as a speaker. So then I thought, okay, Akshar Prabhu is Akinchana Krishna Prabhu. Congratulations, Prabhuji. Very happy to see you back on the calls. Of course, you are always there in association of Kirtida Mataji and Preethi Mataji by Bhakti Shastri. But very nice to hear you today. Okay, if there are no questions, we can end the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to Preethi Mataji and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu bhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Her Grace Preethi Vilasini Mataji ki jai.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hari Bol.